I wrote an article over on smashjt.com today, and I said, insane, Steam blocks indie game over women in a bathing suit thumbnail deemed too sexy. This is the picture. Now, all of you who play games on PC would probably be familiar with just the thumbnails of games. It's just like, this is a fairly standard indie developer game. Like, you can tell this by looking at it. It's like, yeah, indie developer game. Cool, got it. I've seen far worse on Steam, we'll say. And I said, something bizarre is happening over at Valve, something I've been keeping an eye on over the past few months, and it's getting worse, much worse. This time, it's not about adult content or controversial themes. It's about a simple image of a woman standing by a lake in a one-piece bathing suit. By the way, it's not even a bikini. That's the other thing. It's just a one-piece bathing suit. And this is getting rejected by Steam for sale because they're saying this is too risque. This is unacceptable. This is the original post, because they're saying originally there was a person that said that this is fake, that Steam isn't doing this. They're just using this situation as clout. I have spoken to the developer throughout the day. I had an ongoing conversation with them, and they are legitimate, blown away by the response from the community. Like, they're super grateful, super thankful. They're like, no, we're not trying to like create a situation out of this. But I think just like deep down, if I was a developer, I'd be like, hey, hell yeah, we're going to take advantage of the situation. I can't blame them for that. They said, before people think we're editing the chat, no idea why it looked like that. It was just cropped down from saved on mobile. Here's a picture from the desktop chat. Hope this helps. It's a message from the Steam team on October 30th. They said, and this is them asking, why did you not allow our game to be for sale? If you look long enough, I'm sure you'll find plenty of other partners who are breaking our rules and guidelines, because they said there are other people that have worse things. Focusing the topic of the image on a woman's behind is indeed sexual in nature. So apparently now just say girls behind is sexual, just by merely existing with clothes on it. By the way, it's still sexual. This is what I've been fighting against with the whole Goonergate stuff. This is the Melanie Mack. Oh, it's what she call it? Demonic? Is she calling it porn too? With the girl in that game just dancing back and forth in the bikini with the ass cheeks hanging out. I'm like, she has clothes on. What are we doing here? That was my worry back then. And here we see it progressing to this point now. Sexual in nature, regardless of what she's wearing. Your graphical assets can be viewed by everyone on the platform and should be appropriate for the store. That's what they were told by Steam, right? They said, we just want to say thank you to everyone who supported us. We are only one person away from our first milestone. That's 99 people who want to support this game, that want us to keep going, that want to play it. I know we have a long way to go, but for a small indie team, this means the world. Makes us want to keep going and find a way through. Makes us want to stand up against censorship and deliver what we set out to do. Thank you. And Steven says, just for clarity's sake, besides skimpy clothes and shooting zombies, is there anything in the game that would slap it with the adults only tag? And they said, okay, so we keep being asked about this adults only tag, so we will do our best to clear it up here. On Steam, as a dev, we have only 3 options as shown in the image below. There is only one option for adult-only sexual content. We can't tick that because we have to be accurate. They decide the rating, and it won't display unless the game page is published. We have ticked mature options for our game. But none of this is relevant because Steam themselves told us that all mature games, even adult-only, have to have no sexual imagery in the capsules or library assets. See image below. So our point is that because the capsules are publicly viewable, they are saying our game page isn't allowed because they class a woman's behind, regardless of outfit, is too mature now. Yet they have allowed games with sexual images in their same assets as ours. All games now, including 18 plus, can't have sexual images according to Steam's new rules. We are simply pointing out the unfair hypocrisy and the fact that a woman's behind in a swimsuit should not be classed as too mature. There is no special 18 plus setting that exempts people from this rule anymore. We just got hit because the page has been submitted after the rules changed. I wonder if Visa and MasterCard have anything to do with that, by the way. I really hope this helps. A lot of people are accusing us of mistagging the game when we have set it too mature, but it wouldn't make a difference in their eyes. Only the screenshots and trailer can be more mature now. And I believe, I don't know for sure, but in my conversation with the developer, I wouldn't be surprised if English is their second language, because they do have some grammar or grammatical issues with what they write, but it is what it is. You understand what they're saying. So this shows, as a developer, the checkboxes that they are clicking. Some nudity, yes. Frequent violence and gore, yes. General mature content, got it. They did not check frequent nudity, and they did not check adult-only sexual content. So it's just random nudity sometimes in the game. Note, if your app is marked as adult-only, frequent nudity, or sexual content, it's okay to have more sexual imagery in your screenshots and trailer, but not the capsule or library art. And this is the post that they got when they asked about it. Thanks for the clarity. I was confused about that as well. Didn't know they allow no sexual imagery at all. That's definitely not true. Even for public ones that are not hidden. I've seen at least one fully naked booty banner. Aftermath says, honestly, we know the rules change and not everyone see the back-end dev stuff, but people keep spreading false information about us and that we are not capable of tagging right, and we're exhausted at this point. So sorry if any of the points come across funny. We're just trying to stand up for ourselves. And they said, we are doing our best to plan on moving forward and at the same time addressing any concerns. We are not trying to scam anyone, rage bait, or make up a scenario. We know it's a very small percentage of people, but we just want to clear this up so we can keep working on the plan. We accept that most people don't know the behind the scenes options, and it does seem that things have changed. We have not mistagged our game, and there is no 18 plus mode that would resolve this according to Steam. Please check the post for details. We have to go with what Steam are telling us because it's their platform. We know that some devs who have 18 plus games have not had this issue because the rules changed after their game came out. And I know bringing attention to this is upsetting as people are worried it will affect current store pages. But if we don't address this now, every game going forward will be subjected to the treatment we have received. Do you want all games going forward to be gradually get more censored? We will be sending examples of hypocrisy to Steam and posting any here. We haven't done anything to be malicious. We're trying to fight against censorship. We want all your pages to have creative freedom, not just some. If we stay silent, nothing changes. And we hope you all understand where we're coming from. Sorry for any upset any of this has caused for any adult devs. It's not our intention. We're on the same side. And they followed up with more information saying, update. They really said, do our job for us. You can't even make this stuff up. No refund, no answers. Can't even deal with this. So the studio replied, this is, I believe, Sakura Studios, if I remember correctly. It's Aftermath. The Red Pine Lake is the game. And they said, so you are admitting that you know others have graphics that are indeed more sexual than ours that are still allowed on your platform. So just for the record, you are aware of this and still won't approve our page? Also, it will be interesting to see what the community thinks on your stance against women's behinds. As a diverse team, our female team believe in women being given the freedom to wear what they want without censorship, and think players should be able to see a swimsuit without being called mature or sexual content. You literally have sex games that show more in their graphics that are viewable by everyone, but you're worried about a barely visible back? Also, you said regardless of what they wear, so jeans are now sexual? Not sure this is the hill you want to die on. Players hate censorship. If you won't permit our page, we want a full refund. And they responded, this is insane what they responded. You could imagine the Karen working at Steam right now. If you see apps that are breaking the rule, please use our official reporting feature on the game's store page by using the button with the flag icon, which can be found on the right-hand side of their page next to embed buttons. We use these reports to investigate problems or abuse with games and take action when appropriate. However, we don't provide updates or info of the outcome or share how we handle those situations with other partners. Cheers. So legit, they just said, go pound sand. And if you found other examples of what's happening, please provide those to us. And we'll take those ones down as well, because yeah, those are really bad. There are so many examples. I said, this story of Steam censorship is pretty wild and only getting crazier. And the developer replied to me. They said, brother, next time we will have to use stick people. And they updated the logo. I said, Gabe, be like, I mean, the whole situation is absolutely absurd. This is the problem too. Steam used to be the one beacon of hope where it's like, they will not bend the knee to these woke activists. They will not be the ones that will do this kind of stuff. And now, after the Visa MasterCard stuff last month, now this is happening on a much grander scale. And I got to be honest, it's actually very, very concerning. Very concerning. Because what does the future hold for this? There's a lot of people talking about this too. Aftermath posted, oh, it's on. Steam, no thanks. Yes. Yeah, Steam will take the bottom one. That one's perfectly fine. But God forbid you have a shaded, very dark night image of a girl in a full onesie bathing suit. Apparently, this top one is way too sexually suggestive. But this bottom one is not. And you know what I hate when I have these conversations, this kind of stuff? It's like, oh, Steam's going to start cutting down on this stuff. It's like, no, don't start cutting. Like, what are we doing? Why are we going more censorship? This is how the slippery slope begins. This is how it starts getting worse and worse as time goes on. This is a very sketch situation. And I think Steam knows that they're on the hot seat right now. Like, there's a lot of people that are going to be covering this story. A lot of people are already talking about it on social media. And this was funny too. Seen and Heard says, and I get this from your post. So it's not just Steam, by the way. X is restricting the picture. Age-restricted adult content. This content might not be appropriate for everyone. To view this media, you'll need to verify your age to your profile. X also uses your age to show more relevant content, including ads, explained in our privacy policy. This is literally a chick with a bathing suit by a lake. What are we doing here, guys? Cassie Cult Classic Cage says, this looks like a pretty interesting game that isn't doing anything jaw-droppingly inappropriate. An 80s slasher survival horror video game. Steam, you clearly got it wrong. Approve the Steam page. This is a stupid censorship decision. Aftermath quote tweeted Varadark, who said, so now women's butts are too graphic? Next, is it going to be ankles, shoulders, wrists? Don't even get me started on knees. This is why I always say censorship is a slippery slope. We've now gotten to the point where women's body is more offensive than the game with gore and violence. And they said, if we use Steam's logic, children shouldn't be allowed in swimming pools or on beaches. They should be isolated from natural female form, and that even seeing a butt in jeans is too mature. Sadly, some people agree with this, and some want us to just change our stores' assets. I hope they do not change anything, by the way. Savvy says, a woman cannot just simply have her back to the camera, regardless of what she's wearing. Women are apparently sexual by nature, Steam tells us. That apparently no one working there can control themselves. Can't have a woman's backside on the cover, but straight up sex with Hitler is fine. You are a joke. You are infected, Steam. And you bent the knee to freaks and international extremists. Again, Visa, MasterCard come to mind. And now we're going to engage in malicious compliance, because guess who has all the time in the world to find your hypocrisy? The internet. This is such a needless thing to happen. Kyle, an identity entity wrote this. The real problem is you can tell it's a woman and not a body type B, lol. These creatures won't survive where gaming is headed. Scratchpoint says, Aftermath, Red Pine Lake had its page rejected by Steam over a promo image of a woman in a one-piece swimsuit. This decision seems absurd given other mature content currently on Steam. Despite the setback, the devs intend to remain true to their vision. And they even reached out to GOG, said, I hear our game won't be a problem for you. Would love to chat. And here's some screenshots, by the way, of the game. So it looks kind of like Meteor Mess 3D, the remake of Maniac Mansion that I was a voice actor in. It kind of has that same graphical style. I love that style. I really do. It'd be cool if GOG is on board with this, which I know they will be. And here's a heads up for anyone interested in supporting them. So we just want to say thank you to everyone who's supported us. We are only one person away from a milestone, which I already read earlier, but this is the Kickstarter page here. And this is the information on it. And in case you're wondering what the game looks like, because you can't find this on Steam right now. You can tell it's like a Friday the 13th vibe. They said, welcome to Aftermath Z, Red Pine Lake, a chilling survival horror game set in 1980s summer camp. Asymmetric multiplayer. One player becomes the unstoppable slasher, while others fight to survive camp counselors. Our unique undead minion system keeps everyone in the action. Slain counselors return as undead minions, aiding the slasher in a thrilling hunt. With hauntingly stunning visuals, a retro synth soundtrack, and sprawling camp filled with deadly secrets, Red Pine Lake captures nostalgic terror of 80s slasher films. No battle pass, earnable skins, and free seasonal events ensure a fair, replayable experience. Click Notify Me on launch to join the horror and help us bring the game that you deserve to life. And I'll go back to this to leave it here. When I reached out to them, they gave me a few quotes from Sakura Studios. Said, thank you. That's very kind. When I said, hey, is there anything I can do to help get the word out for your game? Because when I saw this was happening, I was like, no. We're gonna address this. We're gonna talk about this because this is not cool. They said, thank you. That's very kind. We're getting overwhelmed here. We really appreciate the support. This post we made might help clear up the situation. People think there is a magic adult setting we can use to get it approved, but they aren't aware Steam now mandates that all games have even 18 plus can't use sexual imagery. Hope this post helps and we can help answer any questions here. Thank you. Love your work, by the way. Which thank you. Appreciate that. And they showcased this, which I went over already as well. They continued, I think this is a sign of what's to come next with Steam. These rules don't seem to be public knowledge, hence why so many keep asking us about the magic 18 plus tag. They think we'll fix this. We truly will try make the most of a bad situation with this and keep fighting it. Steam's latest response seems to show they are unwilling to refund or even respond to our points anymore. Instead, they have asked us to report other devs for them. Not kidding. I'll grab you the log. And finally, they said, we think if we make the game on Steam, it will get censored at some point, so we're looking to go elsewhere. Sadly, changing the networking isn't something we budgeted for, so we are stuck, but bending the knee would feel counterproductive. I think the best thing the studio can do is to just hold true to the values and keep pushing forward. This is one of those situations that if the community gets loud enough, Steam is going to have to address the situation because it is brutal what they're doing to this indie dev right now. Because this is insane. What are we even doing? What's next? All women are gonna need to wear burqas? What are we doing? I thought this was fucking America. Holy shit. Come on, Steam. Come on. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on any updates on that. But for now, please make your voices heard. I don't even know how. I guess message Steam, tell them you disagree with what they're doing here. There's whole conversations going on about this. It's a wild situation. It really is. They are in the UK though, says Cheeky. The developer is. Yikes. I wonder if that's where it's coming from. I think UK government has something to do with this behind the curtain. Yeah, if it's a UK based developer, then yeah, wow. That I did not know that. That explains it then. That's crazy. So it all comes together. When people, by the way, this is what drives me nuts. Uh Colin fucking Moriarty, if you're listening. When you say I don't cover gaming on my channel, I'm talking about UK censorship and stuff like that. And then we covered this story. Do you see why I care so much about that kind of stuff? Because I know it directly correlates to the gaming world, and eventually it comes for this next. Do you like? Are we really going to pretend that they're two different worlds? They intersect directly, and they know gaming is the way to get to people. So yeah, that's why I cover that shit. Fuck Keir Starmer.